Yo, what is up guys? It's me exactly back bringing some more daily NBA news. As always, you guys are the real MVPs. You're coming back each and every single day. You guys already know that. And right now in the NBA, it's like the quiet right before the storm. Free agency starts, well, by the time you're watching this, free agency starts in maybe like a few hours. So things in the NBA world are kind of dying down just a little bit. Like I said, the quiet right before the storm. Teams are playing the wait and see what happens game. Who is going to make the first move? So once again, if you haven't already, be sure that you hit that sub button and the bell as well, because I am going to be keeping you guys up to date on everything that happens when it happened in the NBA offseason during this free agency period. So you're definitely going to want to make sure that you're subbed to the channel. Anyways, first up in the news for today, when it comes to Kawhi Leonard, most people have him pegged to go either to Los Angeles or to Boston, with LA being the heavy favorites, especially since Danny Ainge said yesterday that we shouldn't really expect the Celtics to make any blockbuster type moves. Danny Ainge is a very smart man. He's not going to risk the good thing that they have right now to go after anyone, even if that means Kawhi Leonard. So that almost takes Boston completely out of the picture. So it looks like Kawhi Leonard is going to end up with the Los Angeles Lakers. Not necessarily, because we are all forgetting about one major player in all of this, the Philadelphia 76ers. They have also had interest in Kawhi Leonard this entire time, but no one's been really talking about Kawhi Leonard going to Philly. It's always LA or used to be Boston too. But we gotta talk about that today, as reports came out yesterday saying that the Sixers really want to trade for Kawhi Leonard, and these reports come from Mark Stein, and he started off by saying that there is no way that the San Antonio Spurs keep Kawhi Leonard at this point, that they have acknowledged that their relationship is damaged beyond repair. I was told yesterday in pretty strong terms that they're ready to move on. They know the relationship cannot be repaired. This is beyond Pop and Kawhi meeting face to face and fixing it, as Pop was able to do with LaMarcus Aldridge last summer. He is pretty much gone at this point. He then went on to talk about the Philadelphia 76ers, saying Philadelphia badly wants him. One team source says preliminary discussions with San Antonio revealed the Spurs have strong interest in a package involving forwards Dario Saric and Robert Covington, as well as future first round picks. All right, so first off, I mean, Dario Saric, let's be real here for a second. That guy seems like he should be playing on the San Antonio Spurs. He was made to play under Greg Popovich in that system. He has a high basketball IQ. I mean, he's foreign. Someone had to say it. He's very versatile, unselfish, and a team first player. Those players are players meant to play for the San Antonio Spurs. And the same thing can be said of Robert Covington as well. He's a great 3-and-D player, one of the best 3-and-D players in the NBA, and we all know that throughout the years, 3-and-D players often thrive with the San Antonio Spurs. So I can definitely see the Spurs being interested in both of those guys. So the potential for a deal is there, and even more so if the Sixers are willing to include future first-round picks. Remember, they just got an extra first-round pick from Miami in the NBA draft, where they traded down from number 10 to 16. And if that's a package that the Spurs are asking for, then I guess it's just up to the Sixers to determine, is it worth it? Is that too high of a price to pay for Kawhi Leonard? Which I don't think that it is, but you also have to add into the fact that Kawhi Leonard is about to be a free agent next summer, and if the Sixers feel like he's just going to leave for LA no matter what, then they be a little hesitant to pull the trigger. However, where this gets interesting for the Sixers is, if they get Kawhi Leonard in a trade, it gives them a much higher chance of also landing LeBron James. At least that is what the Sixers believe, as we also got reports coming out yesterday saying that the Sixers believe they'd be in pole position. Wait. Pole position. How many of you guys remember that game, pole position? You might be a bit too young to remember, but if you're my age or even older, you know what's up. You know that game was the truth. Anyways, as I was saying, they'd be in pole position to sign LeBron James if they land Kawhi Leonard. So they have the same thought process of the Los Angeles Lakers here. Get Kawhi Leonard and we get LeBron James as well. It's a 2-for-1 deal. So if you factor that into the trade, then it really becomes a no-brainer for the Sixers to give Robert Covington and Dario Saric plus 1 or 2 future first-round picks for Kawhi Leonard. If that's going to bring you Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James, you do it 100% of the time. Seems too obvious, and that's why I believe that the Spurs must be asking for a little more than just that, because if the Spurs were just asking for Covington, Sarge, plus a couple of picks, the Sixers would have done it already, I think. In other news, this right here is probably the saddest thing that you will hear or hear about for who knows how long, especially if you're a D Rose fan. Like, if you're a D Rose fan, go grab some Kleenex, go get something to make yourself feel better, because this is about to be rough for you. All right, so this story comes to us from Reddit user BreezyLovejoy69, as he posted this on Reddit yesterday, and it started to pick up a lot of traction. Not sure where to post this, but just met D Rose. I saw Derrick Rose outside of Curlin Cova, a physical therapy facility, and I told him repeatedly that he's the man, to which he responded with, "Nah man, I wish, not anymore. I wish," and it just broke my heart. Not even a huge D Rose fan, but to see him like that was so disheartening. Man worked so hard to come back from the first injury that he suffered, just to suffer another injury, another injury, another injury, and then he was still working to get back to the level he was at before the first injury. He's still only, what, 28 or 29 years old right now? It is very disheartening to hear him talk like, "Nah, I ain't the man no more. It ain't me. It used to be, but not anymore." No, D Rose will always be a legend. For our next story of the day, it's probably not a good story to follow D Rose with, but Lanza Ball has a torn meniscus in his left knee, as NBA insider Shams tweeted out this yesterday. Los Angeles Lakers guard Lonzo Ball has a torn meniscus in his left knee, league sources tell Yahoo. Ball is expected to be ready for training camp next season. Now, he didn't just hurt himself. This injury isn't new. It actually happened back during the regular season, and that's why he wasn't playing at the end of the regular season. It's just now coming out why he wasn't playing at the end of the regular season. So it's not the biggest deal in the world. Now, if Lonzo Ball had just recently hurt himself, it would be a completely different story. And for our final story of the day, people legit started freaking out when this headline broke late last night. Like, some people must have thought that it was official and it actually happened based off how upset they were getting. And what I'm talking about is when we got reports saying that the Golden State Warriors are going to go after DeAndre Jordan this summer. Yes, they are trying to get even better. And this report once again came from Mark Stein. The Warriors know this has a marginal chance of success, but league sources say they intend to at least explore their free agent chances with DeAndre Jordan, who is not only close pals with Kevin Durant, but also one of GM Bob Myers' former clients. Also saying such a move would require Jordan to take a deal starting at the taxpayer mid-level exception of $5.3 million, which would cost the Warriors more like $27 million next season. But it has just been whispered around the Warriors for months that they will at least explore making a run at Jordan. Now, personally, I don't see this happening at all, just because of how massive of a pay cut DeAndre Jordan would have had to take to sign with the Warriors, as opposed to signing with someone like the Dallas Mavericks. But I guess some people are just upset because they feel like the Warriors are legit trying to ruin the NBA. They're being way too greedy by still going after other players when they're already a freaking super team. And look, I certainly do not want to see DeAndre Jordan somehow end up with the Golden State Warriors, but I can for sure understand why the Warriors are at least still trying to add more talent. Because if Golden State doesn't find ways to keep improving their roster, then eventually a team will come along that's better than them, and that eventually might not be too far off like it could be this upcoming season. And the job of the GM, president of basketball operations, anyone within the organization who helps negotiate the trades or talks to free agents about signing there, their entire job is to try and win, is to try and bring the Warriors championship. So of course they're going to be looking for ways to make the team even better, to improve their chance of winning even more championships. They're just doing their job. They're doing what any other organization should be doing if they were in the Warriors position. I know if my Pistons were in the Warriors position, I would want them to be doing the exact same thing. So I can't get too mad, but then again, I don't even think there's a chance of DeAndre Jordan heading to the Golden State Warriors. Anyways, that is going to bring us to today's question of the day. LA or Philly? Which one do you guys see Kawhi Leonard getting traded to now? Let me know down in the comment section below, but that is gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more daily NBA news. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see all of you right back here tomorrow. But until then, keep getting the buckets, Team Fantasy, and I am out of here.